Alright folks, I apologize. Apparently this is going to be a two-part video because I don't know what happened when I put my phone in my back pockets in more ball fields. The Google thing came up, and when I clicked to get Google off, apparently it stopped the video altogether. So this is part 2. So yes, I'm not happy that one just went kaput. Well, hopefully not kaput, but you know what I mean. Oh, this is nice. They have another neighborhood that has access to the park that way, and that's what it used to be. It used to be all red, now it's blue, or purple, I should say. That's probably why they were like, why did you put red when our high school colors are purple, white, and gold? So, but this is more ball fields. I haven't even looked to see about my steps, but usually I get a little thing that will pop up and tell me when I'm close to the 6,000 steps. I know that's not a lot, but when I was doing that 10,000 steps daily for the work thing, I was getting blisters upon blisters on my feet, and it just hurt so bad. I had to have wraps and bandages and sprays on my feet just so I could even put my shoes on to even go into work. And then I would get up off my butt and go for another walk to get my 10,000 steps in to help out a work colleague, because you pick teams to do this. So, but you also have individual competition also. But so there's the old farmhouse that's been sitting there for ever since I went to Jackson. So that thing must be at least 200 years old, because it was old. Seriously, when I came here, I think somebody was telling me it was either in the late 1800s or very, early like 1901 to maybe 1910 at the best. So that's what I'm saying. I think by now it's at least 200 years old. And I'm sure by how you saw pristine it looked, I'm sure there's been a lot of upgrade and repair to that particular building. And then these bushes here, I believe, spell out Jackson. So I don't know if I should be able to get a better view of it. I think, I'm not sure. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, it does. Jackson Parks is what it spells. So I'll see if I can get a better view of it down here. But there's more of the school that I went to. They have actually, it looks like, added on to it. Put more and bigger windows, because the windows we had in the classrooms were basically, and I'm not lying, ask anyone that has gone to Jackson before. Well, I don't even know when they changed the windows on some of these, but or did these add-ons. But like I said, I graduated 1985. The classroom windows, and some of the classrooms, not saying all, but most classrooms, if you had a window, it was probably 3 inches across and maybe 4 to 5 foot high, and that was your natural light in the classroom. For some reason, they thought that was going to be adequate enough. And many rooms just had the one window pane like that. So I don't know what they were thinking or what that was about. So, and you know what, guys? It looks like we might be in for a treat. Here's the original park that I know. The little pond. But all this, see, that wasn't there when I went to high school here. See, there's another. So I see it. Yeah. There. Just so you know, I'm telling the truth about the planes. This being a flight path. So, yeah, Akron-Canton Airport is just really a few miles up the road. Let's see if I can, yeah, zoom in. Zoom in. Let that focus a bit. And that's our polar bear mascot. I know I'm doing it through the fence, but I don't feel like getting in trouble climbing over the fence to get a better view. So, and over there is on the other side of the ball field is a children's playground. It looks like bathrooms over there, but I'm not gonna film over there. I will film down here by the old pond. I can feel a mist from that fountain. Alright, whoops, pardon the finger. I had to adjust. I'm getting older, so I'm being cautious and using the hand railing to come down the steps. Because sometimes after I broke the top, or hairline fractured the top of my left foot, I tend to be cautious when I feel it start to be a little bit weak. So it felt like it wasn't wanting to cooperate, so I was like, oh, let me just grab the steps, or not the steps, but the handrail. But yeah, this was here, this pond was here when I graduated. I'm not sure when they officially built the park, but apparently they literally had to put a sign saying, keep off the pond. So I'm guessing it must be when it ices over, people try to get on there for ice skating. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand why people have to be told. I mean, to me it would just be common knowledge, but so that's all I can think of. There's a life ring for if somebody for some reason would fall into the water. There's some Canadian geese over there. I'll zoom in for you. There they are, Canadian geese. Zoom back out. Blue Star Memorial Tribute for the United States of America who defended it. And then the state, the national flag, the state flag of Ohio, and the Jackson flag. And then there's a Gold Star Memorial. All right. Okay, I just want to make sure I was zoomed back out. thought at one point that that was like a information booth, but I guess it's just a bench for somebody to sit on. Oh, maybe this tells more about the park. Yes, it does. There you go. You can get information about the parks by calling that number and all the different things that are happening. I'm not sure how old some of these posters are, but that's the informational board at the park. I'm gonna put this on pause again until I get where I want to go. Okay, this is the other side of the park I showed you when I first. This is the Nash Family Jackson Amphitheater. There's all the rules for you to be able to go into this establishment. That's the public library. There's a whole bunch of porta pots up there. I assume that there is a Jackson Township community webpage that you can go to and see who would be performing there. So, but I want to go through this tunnel that I discovered. Don't remember it ever being there before, and it could very well lead back to the Jackson Bog, which rumor had it when I was going here, we had auto mechanics, we had restaurant management, we had sales, we had horticulture, and I'm not sure if we had carpentry, but I do know rumors, you know how rumors are, but they had said that some of the horticultural students took it upon themselves to visit the nature preserve we know as the Bog. It was called the Bog well before I ever probably attended Jackson, because I didn't come here until after my dad had passed away. So the guy was nice enough and let us cross.
He's senior this year.
But anyhow, so after that happened, ended up moving to Lake Cable, and then started 7th grade at Jackson Memorial Middle School, which is literally on the other side of this park, and then went there in 7th, 8th, and then came here, Jackson High School, 9th through 12th. Graduated in 1985, May 18th. We graduated at the Canton Memorial Civic Center, because we had, like, I believe, now this could be rumor too, or it could be my poor memory, but I think we had 400 in our class, which I'm not sure. I don't know. That might have been the number for how many band members we had. But yeah, this is all new to me. That so I just want to see what's down here. Because when I went to school here, Ohio, what's it? Let me see what the sign says. Oh, Clean Ohio Fund Recreational Trails. All right. So I know it's daylight, so that's maybe why these lights aren't on, because there's enough light to be able to see clearly. And that's nice, there's a security camera, so that should make people feel safe when they come through here. But yeah, this is all new. Never seen my school look like this before. But yeah, we'll go a little bit more. Here comes no. Oh, that was a tractor on top of the road. I thought it was another plane coming in. But we'll see where this goes. I know this is going to be a long video. I may put it out in 2 parts, because now this part is even longer than the first one that cut off on me. So I don't know where this even goes. If this goes back to the bog, or if it goes up to the Board of Education building, or if it just goes up into this parking lot. But if where I'm thinking I'm at, that where all the glass is, that's the new cafeteria. So where I did my stuff, restaurant management, should be around the corner. See, there's the library. But yeah, that's my high school. I graduated so long ago. All right, I'm gonna pause the video again just till I get to a certain area. Here's the Jackson High School baseball field and softball field, maybe, or it could be the other way around. But this was not here. I mean, the ball field was, but not to the extent of all this stuff around here. This is all new to me. These garages weren't here. Yeah, that's the baseball. That's the scoreboard. So I'm not sure what is up here, because that says Jackson on the dugout. So I don't know, maybe that might be the... There's so many ball fields up here now. Used to be just 1 or 2. This is just so bizarre. I mean, this place has gotten big since 1985. I just don't understand all of this. Okay, there's the horticulture section right there. At least that's still in the same spot. So I don't know what they did with restaurant management, if they moved it, got rid of it, but it should have been down in this area, because the teachers and that would park back here, and the public that were coming to the restaurant would come and park back in this corner. So I still believe that restaurant management is back in that corner. So you can have more ball fields. Let me walk across before I don't get killed. Public restrooms, which is good to know. More ball fields. This is just bizarre to me. It's weird. It really is. This place is just grown by leaps and bounds. More I don't even know if you can even get to the bog anymore. It may, unless you got to go down that way to it. But I don't even know what's over in that building back there, that big yellow building. I'll just walk down this way. This is just insane. I mean, this used to be nothing but grasslands. This is just